What's up, guys? Good morning. It's Monday morning, just 5 minutes to 9 a.m. So we took our first trade today, but this one is a quick one for the podcast. So just want to show you guys something quickly, and I want to document this so that it's in my words and it's in video format. So I'm going to document this and I'm going to upload it. And then a couple of months from now, probably a year or two from now, I'll get back to this video and I'll give you guys an update of what's happening. So I'm actually looking at the long-term technical bias or analysis of certain markets. So you guys can see in front of me, I've got JPY monthly. That's a monthly chart. So each candlestick on this chart represents a month. So that's quite a long time to wait. So with this kind of analysis, it's not for trading purposes, it's rather for your awareness instead. So if you know what the markets are giving you and telling you or showing you in the long run, especially if you have specialized knowledge, you understand certain principles that the markets obey, then it's easier for you to trade, day trade, swing trade, because you understand where the markets are going and you are always in sync with that direction. That way you don't get caught in the shorter waves and get in and out of trades and then, make the silly mistakes that most of us make from time to time, or that novice traders really make on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to show you something quickly, firstly, before I get into this chart. So the chart that I've got right now is JPY monthly. Each candlestick over here represents 1 month. So it's a totality when a candlestick has formed and completed, meaning from open, it's low, it's high, and it's close. The candlestick is complete. That means the month's trading has been completed, essentially, right? So currently we're trading at the price of 145.00. And I did make a call on this market over 2 years ago. So on the 9th of April, I did make a call on this market 2 years ago. And I did show, and I've got evidence with this, I did show and share that this market would rise from this bottom all the way up to where it currently is and even higher. So essentially we are aiming for about 20,000 more pips to the upside. But I'll just show you the evidence anyway. There's no need for me to sit here and talk about it. So from the time I called it around the price of 116 to the price of 145. Shucks, I'm not going to get into the details of the numbers, but that's quite a lot of pips. From 116 to 126, that's 10,000 pips already. So we are up over, say, 30,000 pips right now in profit since I called this market. Let me say 30K. 30,000 pips since I made the call over 2 years ago. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the actual chart analysis that I've had from the 9th of April 2020. So that's over 2 years ago. We are currently, today is the 12th of September. It's Monday, 12th of September. So let me just quickly show you guys. So that's the chart over here. That's on my Telegram group. So you guys can join here quickly. If you are not part of the group yet, then you can get a lot more valuable information. So this was uploaded on the 9th of April. The 9th of April. So you guys have a look at that bottom. So this chart is a bit faded, but have a look at that bottom over there. That's the price of 118 actually. That's where I was calling long positions from over 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago, I was calling long positions from there, saying that this market is going to rise. And then I obviously did share some updates on the progress. So this is some of the progress, right? So you can see where the market started. You can clearly see a nice rise from the breakout of the structure, which is essentially nothing. If you understand what's happening, do not focus on structures. They will burn you. You got to understand principles. So we had a nice move from that bottom. Let me get back to my MetaTrader so you can see for yourself. So that's the bottom over here that I'm talking about. We had that nice rise, break out of the structure, a nice drop to retest, and now we are essentially heading toward that target that I've been speaking about. Right, there we go, same thing. And I've been doing this for quite a long time. Right, I got introduced to the markets in 2015, so it's been way long. It's been way too long that I've been seeing this stuff, and I know this stuff, and I know the principles, and I know this stuff works from time to time again. So now I'm going to show you some other charts, long term, similar to this that I've got running, and I'm essentially looking for certain moves in the market. So I know I'm going to get, criticism, and I don't care about the criticism. All I care about is that the markets perform, and if they don't, eventually I learn even more lessons that help me become a better trader. But similar to this, I made the call over 2 years ago, but other analysis that I've made calls over 2 years ago, and they've been performing similarly. So I think I should rather show you that, and then I'll get to the actual analysis that I want to show you. All right, so look what I said here in the group. I said fluke, maybe, right? So some of you might think it's a fluke, right? Let's see how many flukes I can get right, and then you decide if I know what I'm doing, or I'm just as clueless as most guys who call themselves traders, right? So I've got here technical analysis on USD Cad monthly, posted on the 21st of June 2020, right? So that's the previous chart. That was 21st of June 2020, and then that was an update later on. If I show you the chart now, it looks a lot more different than that. So I'm not going to focus on it, but that had taken 10 months. That had taken 10 months, and you guys can clearly see a nice drop from where I put my arrow pointing down. The market has dropped nicely. Okay. Do you want to see more analysis from over 6 months ago? So that's a question I asked in my group. Obviously, some of you guys might think, oh, maybe that was luck again. So here's another one, DXY. DXY is the US dollar index. So same thing, monthly chart. Each candlestick represents a month. So look at that. From where the price was at the top, I called for shorts. I called for shorts on the US dollar. And you have a look, a couple of months later, the market has dropped nicely to that level. And obviously, I'm still expecting more downside. So that's another one. There's a lot more that I could show you, but I'm not going to sit and go over all these things. There's another one, US dollar index on a weekly time frame. And these things take months and years to evolve, guys. So I don't recommend you try trade on such a big scale. Right? This is just to give you an idea of what's happening. But this stuff happens on the large scales. It happens on the weekly, daily, monthly. It happens on your hourly, 4 hour, 2 hours, minutes, all the way down to your tick chart. The markets just show you the same things over and over again. They are just repetitive. So they, again, results. There's more. What's that? Okay, US dollar monthly. I did show you that. This is what Euro USD monthly. So here's another one. Euro versus the dollar. I had a buy position from that area, and I said the market is going to rise. And look at what happened. The market had been rising for months toward that area. Here's another one, Euro USD weekly. So from that bottom, I remember this exactly. I remember this because this area was at the start of COVID. Then price action just started looking kind of funny, and the markets are just going all over the place. This was the start of COVID in 2020, around March. Markets were just going, there was just mayhem in the markets. And I called for a long position, and a couple of months later, we got exactly what I was looking to get in the market. So it's not that I'm telling the markets what to do. It might seem like it, but when you learn these things, you really, really, really start to see them and apply them, and you just win and you win and you win. All right, so let me just go ahead and show you what's next, what I'm looking for, what I expect to happen in the near future. Okay, so first chart that I'm going to show you is the US dollar index. So it's today is the 12th of September 2020, 2022, sorry, 12th of September 2022, right? So we can see the US dollar is in the US dollar index is sitting at the price of 107.8900 at the moment, fluctuating around that area. And I've got this arrow pointing to the downside. So my expectation of this market in the near and long term is for the dollar to short. I expect the dollar to lose value in the long term. So many months from now, possibly a year, 2-3 years from now, this market should eventually get to lows that we haven't seen in a very long time. For a very long time, this market just been fluctuating to the upside, but I think it's time we get a good move to the downside. So I'm essentially saying the US dollar is going to lose value and it's going to drop, and it's going to drop like crazy. So massive opportunities in the market are still ahead of us. Here's another one, the USD Cad. This is the US dollar, this is the USD Cad. So again, you guys can see I've got my arrows pointing to where I expect this market to go, right? So we're at the price of 1.29982 currently, and I expect a nice drop to the downside as well. So again, selling US dollar long term, buying the CAD long term. Another one, this is the USD ZAR. This is US dollar, this is the South African rand. Again, selling the US dollar, buying the South African rand. Currently trading at 17.18655. I do not expect this market to rise any higher, but if it does, either way, it will still give us that drop that we are looking for in the coming many months and possibly years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We know markets do not move in a straight line, and they do not suddenly just change direction and stick to a certain direction. So they're constantly up and down, but eventually and essentially the move that I expect and I know is going to happen is that this market is going to drop. So many opportunities there as well. US dollar is going to lose strength, and the rand is going to gain some momentum going forward in the near future. Here's another one. This is the last one. This is Eurusd Monthly, right? So Eurusd Monthly, my expectations from this area, I do not see further downside. So there are people who are currently selling this, and listen, time will tell. Time will tell who's correct, but I trust the principles that I've learned, that I've studied, that I've been taught, and I've seen this time and time again. I can surely say confidently that this market has bottomed out over here, and I do not see further downside from this area. So from around this area, we might have market that's just moving sideways for a little bit, but we're going to get a nice strong move to the upside. So I'll get back to this a couple of months from now, and I'll give you guys updates. If I'm wrong, you guys can comment on my YouTube, you can comment on my IGTV, whatever it is, wherever you see this video. Right, so I'm literally putting myself on the line, and I'm saying this is going to happen, and I'm willing to be wrong, but I'm confident that I'm right either way. So I wouldn't just say this for the sake of saying it. I'm telling you that I know what I'm talking about. So this is going to happen. Not to sound cocky, but it is going to happen. It's just principles, and the markets just obey principles. So have a look at this now, and then have a look at it 6 months down the line. 6 months down the line, we could potentially be at around this area. Potentially 6, 8, 10, even a year from now, we could be back up here 2 years, 3 years from now, we could be all the way up there. Right. So the timing is none of your business. What your business should be is understanding the principles, understanding what the markets are communicating, and then you follow and you obey what the markets are doing. You want to trade what the markets are telling you, right? So they have a specific language that you've got to understand and you've got to focus on. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as you see this, just leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you disagree, let me know. You disagree, let me know what you think, where the market is going. If you think we're going to drop any further, let me know. If you think we're going to the upside, if you agree with me, let me know. If you're not sure, let me know. If you want to know what the principle is, contact me. Personally, you can contact me on IG. You can leave a comment on my YouTube and I can get back to you. Contact me on Telegram. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, TradingView, whatever platform you prefer and see fit. So my links are all over the place and you can get contact with me in various ways. All right, happy trading. It's just Monday. I'm preparing for the week. We did take our first trade. And if you're interested in that too, you can have a look at that on our Telegram channel. It's a public Telegram channel, so you can find the link for that on my YouTube, IG, etc. It's everywhere. You can join the join Cashflow Club and get access to my live trades daily. All right, have a good one, and thank you for watching.